Welcome to A Quest for Metal. Today's a glorious day because we are doing my top 10 albums of February 2021. Time's going way too fast, isn't it? But I kind of want time to go fast because then I can start seeing bands again live. That would be great. That would be great for everyone. Yes, do you know the score? It's my top 10 of the month. Let me know down below what's your favourite albums from February 2021. And with this list, I'm doing my top black metal albums of each month as well, so some of them's not going to be on here, some of them will, but I'm not going to prioritise them. So if you want to check some cool black metal albums out, go check that video out. But for now, let's just get stuck in with my top 10 metal albums of 2021 February edition. Also on a side note, thanks for 5,000 subscribers, you guys are fucking awesome. So number 10 is Culted with Nous. Now, we're going to do things a bit differently. I'm not putting in music clips like we used to, which is very sad. But because, our friend, Jamie Horsley, his channel got fucked for copyright, and Trench's videos got copyrighted, and it's just too much bullshit. So we're just going to talk about the albums like we do in most other videos, because this is the only series that has the music clips in, so we're just going to talk about it. So first up is Culted, and from the album art, it's going to be creepy. It's going to be kind of blackened, and this is doom. It's blackened doom. So, you got the slow, you got the oppressive atmosphere. It's very creepy. This is a creepy album, as you can tell from the goddamn art, but it's not super intense. It is very methodical. It's methodical in its bleakness. And the art, man, I just want to talk about the art again. The art is fantastic. And I remember checking one of the songs out from this album on YouTube. It might have been the full album, actually, when it was streaming. And I saw Metal Meltdown's comment, and I was like, it's surprising he likes it. I'm surprised he likes Black and Doom. That's a weird combination for him to like, but hey, good for you. But yeah, it is an awesome album. Definitely one to check out from February. And the little guys circling the person in the middle kind of look like Soler. I don't know if my eyesight's bad. It just looks like Praise the Suns. Mini Praise the Suns. But this album is great. Black and Doom, up your ass, give it a listen. So next up is Einherja with North Star. This is a very fun album. It's Viking metal, in the similar vein as, say, like an Enslaved, but a lot less proggy, a lot more fun. So, cross Enslaved with, say, Fintroll, you're going to get Einherja. And this album has so many catchy songs, so many solos. I was actually mind blown how many good, and not just random solos, but how many good solos are on this album. It's actually mind-melting how many good solos are on this album. I listened to this from my buddy, Jamie Horsley, and I think it's on his list as well, well, it should be. I haven't watched it yet, but it should be on his list. I think this is a fun album. I think it's one of the most fun albums of the month, and it's one that will just bring a smile to your face. If you like fun, Viking-y, blackened, tinged metal, you will love this album, because it is one of the best of the month. Next up is Paranorm with Empyrean. This is a bit different. This is thrash metal. Whoa, what's he doing talking about thrash metal? That never happens on the top lists. But I tell you right now, it's doing it right here. But this isn't just thrash. Isn't just thrash. This is like blackened thrash, spacey thrash, kind of similar to, say, like Vector, Voivod, that kind of thrash. And oh boy, it does it so well. Amazing guitar sounds and melodies and solos. Amazing singing as well. The singing is just out of this world. The whole music is out of this world because it is very spacey. So that's the best phrase I can use, out of this goddamn world. This is a nice breath of fresh air. I usually talk about black metal. I usually talk about symphonic metal and the like, folk metal. But, not thrash a lot. So it's good that this is here. And it's kind of like a little palate cleanser of the month. So yes, definitely give this one a listen. Speaking of things I don't talk about a lot, Abiotic with Ikagi? Is that how you say it? Ikagi? Sure, let's go with that. I knew from the moment I saw the art on this one, I was like, hey man, we gotta check this out. We gotta check this album out. And then me and Jamie, we checked it out. He was kind of skeptical. He was like, oh, it says deathcore in the title. Maybe might be a bit shit. Listen to it. Oh my god. It is anything but shit. It is technical as hell. It's kind of crossing the line between deathcore and technical death metal. It's the line is blurred. It has like cool breakdowns, but it has so many cool, just techie parts in. I love it. The vocals on point, the technicality, the musicianship on point. So many cool segments in these songs. Deathcore, I don't talk about a lot, but this is it done right. If more was like this, then it would probably be one of my favourite genres, because this album blew me away, still blows me away every time I listen to it, because of how fresh it is, how unique it is. And the artwork, ooh, one of the best of the year. When I do my top albums of the year, the artworks, this is gonna be fucking on it. This is gonna be on it. Next up is Summoning the Lich-United in Chaos. This is for fans of the Black Dahlia murder. Very melodic death metal, and the vocals just sound so much like Trevor. Kind of with a hint of Cattle Decap, that kind of high shrieks, low growls, everything encompassing with this vocal range. Amazing vocals in this album, super melodic, and the best comparison is the Black Dahlia murder. It is, if you, any fans of that, you have to check this band out. Amazing cool passages, melodic as all hell, vocals on point. This album is another breath of fresh air, because we don't talk a lot about melodic death metal albums. There's not a lot of new bands that are doing it, as well as Summoning the Lich is. So, very proud to talk about Summoning the Lich, very fun listen, and one of the best of the month. Next up is Iotunn, Access All Worlds. This is awesome. This is spacey prog, doom, death. What? Your eyes just melted. Your eyes have just melted. Long as hell songs, yes. Long as hell songs, epic passages, cool spacey segments, and it has a very Candlemas-esque vocal delivery like Messiah. And if you love that, you will love this. Some of these songs, way too epic, way too epic. I love the kind of Messiah-like vocals and also the death growls, because I did not expect the death growls when they hit, and I was just like, whoa, that came out of fucking nowhere, but I loved it. Love everything about this. Proggy, spacey, death doom, what's going on? This encompasses everything, and it's a great, unique listen. Definitely give this one some love. Next one is one that's getting a lot of hype, and I'm gonna have to read it out. The band's Nauseum, and it's Imperceptible Impulse. There's no way I'm remembering that. My little English brain would just not allow me to speak it, but this album is amazing. This is dissonant death metal, similar to, Ulcerate, which we just did a ranking for. This is in that similar vein. Gorguts, Obscura. This is just crazy. So technical, so dissonant, so jazzy, so just like everything happening at once. But it works. It's very dark. It works. The only reason this is not higher on my list is because there's two other bands that do it better. I'm gonna say it. There's two other bands that have done it better, and they're both black metal. Well, Metal Trenches would argue one is death metal, but fuck him. It's black metal. It's fucking black metal. But we'll get to that soon. This one is just, it's a masterpiece. It's a flawless, amazing death metal album, but it didn't capture my attention like the other two we'll get to, but still holds a place on the list because I've listened to it over and over again. Love it from start to finish. I just love our other albums more. That's the only thing. So let's move on to number 3. The number 3 is going to be a shocker, Epica with Omega. You bet you thought this was going to be number 1, and I love it. It's one of Epica's best albums. Kingdom of Heaven Part 3, what an epic. Omega, Sovereign of the Sun Spheres, epic. Rivers, so beautiful. All these songs. Seal of Solomon, cool Egyptian melodies. Oh, this has it all. Has it goddamn all. Simone is a goddess. This album is one of Epica's best, in my opinion. Recently did a ranking for Epica, and this was high. I think this might have been 3rd, maybe? Yeah, I think so. Love this album. I do, I love this album. But I'm thinking with this top 10, it's the ones I've played the most. And have I played this one the most? Almost. But 2 others took the biscuit. And although I love this one, and I think it's a 10 out of fucking 10, or 9.5 out of 10, 2 others are going to be my end of the year list. Easy peasy. These next 2 are 100% going to be my end of the year list, so let's get to them. So number 2 is Misothiest with For the Glory of Your Redeemer. These are the 2 dissonant, aggressive, chaotic black metal albums I was talking about, and this is the first one. There's only 3 songs in this album. 3 fucking songs, it's 30 minutes, but 30 minutes is all it needs to kick your ass. The last song is so long, the melodies are evil, the atmosphere is palpable. You can taste it. I really wanted to put this one. That's how hard number 1 and number 2 is. Really wanted to put this one. And maybe it'll grow even higher. But for the moment, it's coming here at number 2. Love the artwork as well. The artwork is beautiful. The music itself, so crazy, so bleak and just evil sounding. And it's not even the most bleak or evil sounding album of the year. That goes to my number 1, which is an album I've talked about before. It is the Cyclic Reckoning by Suffering Hour. Yep, the hype for this one is real. I talked about it in my black metal albums video, and it holds true. Still my favourite of the month. Still love it to pieces. Easily takes the crown. I've listened to this over and over and over and over and over again. This feels like it was recorded in hell. This feels like it was recorded in hell. Like, or underwater, the deepest, darkest point of the ocean, were like weird creatures with like 3 heads and like weird tentacle things coming out their eyes. That's where it feels like this was recorded. Evil, dark, again, dissonant, chaotic, but the evil on this one is like turned up to 100. This is the most evil album I've ever heard. The sound of it, there's something about the sound of this album which is unsettling. Kind of like the Achilles album, Melano, I think, from last year. It has that same kind of quality, and I love that. That was my 2nd album of the year. This is going to be high on my list. This is going to make it into the top 10 of the year easily, because it is my favourite album from February 2021, and it's probably my favourite album of the year so far. This is my favourite album of the year so far. We'll see what knocks it off next month. So The Suffering Hour. This album is my favourite album of February 2021. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this list. Let me know down below your favourite albums from February. What albums have I missed off? Because I've missed off quite a lot. You know, there's a lot of black metal that came out this month that I really loved that I missed off. There's, Humanity's Last Breath I left off. Revulsion, Swamp Beast. A lot of fucking albums that came out that were really good. This is just my top 10. So let me know your favourites down below, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.